Hello, 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 everybody. How are you today? I am so excited to be on live with you. My name is LaWanda Woods Howard. I'm known as the Mindset Destroyer, helping women to remove those barriers that are keeping them bound. So tonight, I am so excited to have as my guest Miss Lani Lucas. And we're going to be talking tonight about getting off the fence. Now, if you will remember, we were scheduled to host our second annual Get Off the Fence event last Saturday, I believe. And because of the pandemic, we were no longer able to have that event in person. So I was really disappointed, and I really did want you guys to have the opportunity to meet some of the fabulous women that we had for that event. And so I decided to have a Get Off the Fence event short version, which will give you the opportunity to meet some of the ladies and also to kind of give you a boost to go ahead and get your tickets as soon as we have another date scheduled, because I know you're going to want to meet them in person and hear their stories in detail. So make sure you stay with us on our Facebook page and our website to find out more about that event that's going to be coming up. And our website page is PurposeBoundWomen.com. So make sure that you are connected. Make sure that you sign up and to receive our newsletters so that you will know what's going on. So let's just go ahead and get started. I am so excited to bring on my guest. Her name is Ms. Lani Lucas. And here she is. Hi,
Hey,
Lani.
Wanda, our
How,
Chief Possibilities Officer.
yes, ma'am. How are you doing?
Well, I can't complain. The old folks said I don't want to hear it anyway.
Okay, all right. And I see that you have on your t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm awesome.
Yes, I have my t-shirt on as well. Our t-shirts, y'all, were designed for us by Melody's Design. She is awesome. Make sure that you check her out. She has a fabulous Facebook page, and she is so creative. So make sure you go there and check out her t-shirts. Well, we are going to go ahead and get started, Ms. Lonnie.
All
I was
right.
thinking, I said, you know what? I am not going to introduce her. I am going to allow her story to introduce her, because your story is the heartbeat of the things that we are trying to help women with. And that is, getting off of the fence, developing a growth mindset, because we all have our situations and our stuff. But what really matters is how we react to those, how, our emotions, our feelings, our plans that we put in action to overcome it. So I'm just going to let you tell your story, short version. Now, don't give them everything. Just give them the short version, what the situation was, and the mindset and all of that about how you were able to get off the fence. And then we're going to move on to where you are now. How about that?
All right.
All
I think
right.
that's great.
Okay. All right.
All right. So, the condensed version of my story, which is taking place about 22 years, actually started a conversation with my mother. My mother has just been an awesome and amazing help throughout my career, being a mom, being a sister. And she saw this post not too long ago, and she said, "Well, you got to tell your story. You got to tell your story." And I said, "Well, what about my story is so unique?" And she says, "Well," she says, "you have a story that a lot of people can connect with." I said, "Connect with how? I'm sure there are several former team members." She says, "No, that's not it." And I said, "Well, what part can they connect with?" They said, "The part about bouncing back up because you never really hit rock bottom." And I said, "Well, Mama, guess what? I hit rock bottom every time." Each rock bottom was a new rock bottom. So I told my mom, my story is not about, bouncing back or, just that I wouldn't want to say trying to make the best out of a bad situation, but my story is more about connecting resources, connecting my thoughts with my prayers, and then being able to move forward. So, what mom and I were talking about, I said a former teenage mother. I was 19 when I had my son. I was a freshman in college. I started out on scholarship. I was a church girl. So it was about the embarrassment and shame I thought I brought on my family, but when they surrounded me, totally different. Somebody gave me the energy and the strength to rebound. I finished college. My senior year of college, I decided that I wanted to be a school counselor, which would require more graduate school. And again, my village rallied behind me, and I was employed gainfully for several years. And then I hit a rock bottom, and I rock bottomed out so bad it sent me into a depression. About goodness gracious, it had to be at least 3 months. Sent me into a depression for 3 months. And after coming out of that depression, I moved on to another milestone. I started graduate school all over again. Facing turmoil. Then I hit another rock bottom. That one sent me into a depression for another couple of months. But every time I just kept hearing my village, I kept hearing my friends, my loved ones saying, "You got this, you got this." I am the person to look at and say, "No, she's got it all together. She's gonna be fine." There were times it was touch and go, but it was knowing still that I was a church girl. It was connecting to my touchstone. It was keeping in contact with my resources, and through every rock bottom, I learned a new lesson. So growing and growth and the driving force again, I don't want to disappoint my son. I don't want to disappoint my family. They've invested too much. I've invested too much. I've got to see this through. And here I am 4 degrees later, professed nerd, an author of one book, in the process of writing another. Um, what's what for? Ignited by the work that I do with young people and continue to do with young people. Still with the apprehension about it may fall out. However, I have resources, I have knowledge, and better than I was before. So I push forward knowing that.
Right. One of the things you mentioned was having that support system.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of women who find themselves in that situation, single moms or teenage moms, really may not have that support system. And it's unfortunate. But what would you suggest to a young woman, a young teenage mother who really doesn't have a support system?
First and foremost, I'm going to say listen. Listen to the people who've gone before you and listen to what your heart is telling you. It's all too important. We want to do things because we think someone else wants us to do it, when in fact, when we focus and center on those things that will make our lives better, we be out and wind with a greater result. I say that because there are resources all around. I was fortunate to be a part of a really big family who had some answers, not all of them, but to a young lady who's going through it right now, I am going to say take a pause, write it down, think about what you're doing and where you want to go, and then connect yourself with resources in your community. I love PurposeBound Women because it connects women to resources. I absolutely adore that. So you have to get aligned with this organization and not be ashamed or afraid to ask for help. Parenting is not something that's meant to do by one person. It takes a lot of people to raise a child. And so when you sit down, think about what you want to do, where you want to go, now it's time to align your goals with your resources.
Right, right. And you that's very good because and it's all about too making a plan.
Yes.
You have to make a plan for the things that you want to accomplish. And and you had talked about a couple of things. I do have a short bio in front of me about you, but you talked about that the 3.5 years that you spent in undergrad, they taught you a lot of different things. They reveal some qualities in you that you weren't so sure that you had, but other people saw that you had those qualities. And one of them is you learned confidence.
Yes. So, right? It's hard to believe. It's so hard to believe. I didn't know I was this fabulous. Didn't know it. Couldn't have told me. You couldn't have told me. You couldn't have told me.
Right.
You told me. So what had happened was, I was in a relationship with this fella, and we would have conversations that left me a very bewildered. I love the word bewildered. I couldn't see the person that he saw because the person he saw was a monster, and I knew I wasn't a monster.
Okay.
So after we broke up, I had to reassess what he said that he saw and what I knew where I was.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? I'm not whatever you said I was. Don't put that on me. Those are your insecurities and not mine. So fast forward a couple months ago, I was at an event for my cousin who was launching her book, and we were doing this kind of party. I was with my auntie, really nice dress. I wore a cute little top, pair of jeans, cowgirl boots. And when I walked in, my aunties were behind me. One of my aunties said, hold up, hold up, hold up. I said, what's going on? She said, you got some hate. It made me laugh. What do you got hate? She said, the way you walk in those boots with that attitude, with that strut, no, honey, you got haters and they hate you, can't be you. And I said, wow. Confidence is where inside and it shows on the out. So again, you have to assess, think about the person that you are, who does God make you to be, and make your decision from there. And I saw that young man years later. It wasn't that I was a totally different person, but I was definitely walking into my fabulosity, and I knew that person that he saw was so beat up, so fixed, it couldn't have possibly have been me. He got me confused with somebody else. She was right. She was right. We all had haters, and that's okay.
That's
They
right.
still are free.
That's right. So confidence definitely comes from the inside, ladies. And then it is seen on the outside in the way you carry yourself. But it first must come from the inside. You also said that you learned accountability.
Yes. Accountability brings humility. And you have to have an air of humility, because one of the root words of humility is human. And we are all human. We make mistakes. What definitely separates us from the animals is our ability to apologize and move on and heal from it. Same relationship I spoke about before. We would get into argument, and after the argument, would be a bouquet of roses. It got to the point where I hated seeing roses. I hate them. But to this day, don't give me a rose. Please do not give me a rose. It was supposed to be an apology, but apology means you're not going to do it again. And if you're not going to do it again, you have to right yourself in order to make yourself accountable for your actions. And an apology is an apology. I hurt you. It was not my intention. I need you in my life. I want to grow from this. How can we move from this? That to me is an apology. So accountability on my end was accepting the fact that there were some things that I was doing wrong. Did I access those people in my life to help me right that wrong? And after that, did I go back to the person or the situation and accept my responsibility in the situation in order to grow? So accountability is very, very important.
It really is. It really is, ladies. And I was sitting here the other day and I was thinking of some words or phrases that we use. I'm kind of flipping this a little bit, but I'm thinking of phrases that women use a lot. And we often apologize. We often say, I'm sorry. We say that a lot. And I know this is a little bit different than what you're talking about it, but it just brought this to my mind that we're constantly saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I would say when you are in the process of developing a growth mindset, instead of always saying, I'm sorry, um, I'm sorry that I did not iron your shirts today. Why don't you say, thank you for bringing that to my attention?
Absolutely.
Okay, because sorry, I'm sorry, and this is not in every case, and there are some instances where you do have to say, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings, or maybe not. You can say, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I was not aware that what I did hurt you. Okay. I try and eliminate the words I'm sorry as much as possible because it makes you a stronger person when you come across to say, thank you. I didn't know that I hurt you that way.
Correct.
So that is something that I've been coming up with, just a list of phrases that we as women often say a lot of times, that if we flip it around a little bit, it shows more strength and more courage. So I just had to.
I use that myself in
Yeah.
emails and as a professional. Thank you so
Right.
much for your patience. That was an error on my part. I apologize. And how can we move it? How can we fix it? What was
Exactly.
our next move?
Exactly. And that can definitely be used in the professional world. Definitely.
Which makes me say that.
Exactly. Now, going back to you said this, and this just capulates everything about you. You said one of the other things you said you learned was, I learned love.
So to know me is to know I have dating issues. That's only from my Bible reading. I got dating issues. When you know love in all of its forms. I love that word love languages because it is what speaks to your heart. And when you speak from your heart, when you work from your heart, you get nothing but product. You get nothing but process. So being a mother taught me a lot. Being a teen mother taught me a lot. Being an educator taught me a lot. Being a daughter and a sister taught me a lot. And each of those facets, I learned a different way to love people. I often say that God has a wicked sense of humor. He gives you people in your family. If you met them on the street throat chopping, one to the throat. But in a family, you're able to see, you know what, you're not that person that everyone thinks. I know who you are. I know you are before, and I can still receive you and grow with you and learn with you. And then you move on from there. Coming out of that relationship that I was in so many years ago, I did learn to love myself more. That's very important. I learned how to appreciate the little things and, just kind of navigate from there. And that's just, for me, that was very important. When I understand how to love you, I know how to work with you. I know how to function with you. And then I can make a decision if it's not working. And I can say, I love you enough to know that we can't be together. I love you enough to know that this is where you need to be. I love you enough to know these things about you. And then continue a growth line, continue to grow from there. But love is so varied. It exists along so many things. And I bring it back to my love languages. I love that I can love you as my brother. I can love you as my partner. I can love you as a friend. And still be myself.
Right. Sonia Hope, she just sent something in. She said, I am are very powerful words.
Hey, Sonia, absolutely.
Yes, and it is so important that we all know who we are. And in that sense, we can love more, because when you find out who you are, you can love yourself, and then you can move on to loving others. So I thank you, Miss Hope, for reminding us that I am a very powerful, yes, a very good affirmation. Very good. Thank you so much. And also, I saw here that Melody came on and she said, learning love is powerful. That is so true. That is so true. And that's something that we as women have to do more of. You know, we have to love ourselves in the vein that we're in. It's just who we are. Now, I kind of want to move on to what's happening now, Ms. Lani. We've got about 10 more minutes.
Yes.
And I just want you to share what is going on with you now. I have this little black, well, it's a purple book.
It's a purple book.
It's a purple book.
And
this is your book. Ladies and gentlemen, this is her book. Tell us how this came about. You got off the fence.
Yes.
You decided, okay, I'm into myself now. I know what's happening. I'm a real grown woman.
A grown woman.
There you go. And so you have moved on. And so tell us about this.
So that was my ignition with the work that I do with young people. I've been a professional school counselor for almost 15 years now. I've been working with young people for a little over 20. Don't let the black people fool you. It's just some really good, God in that. But what happened is that in my conversations with young people, I keep answering the same questions. I hate that when people look at a little teenage black girl and say, oh my gosh, she thinks she's grown, or she thinks she got it all together, she thinks she's cute. Well, guess what she is? Cute. And she does have it all together, but she still needs your help. So I kept getting the same questions, and what I did was I put it all in a book to help black girls. And I got a question asking me, well, is it for white girls? Whatever girl you want it to be. However, my black baby girls, I want us to be charged with information. I want us to take hold of our goals and move forward. So it was important for me to write down everything that I learned from high school all the way up through graduate school and put it in a book. There was an author, an intellectual who said, if you want to hide anything from anybody, put it in a book. I believe that because a lot of the things I learned I wouldn't have ever known if I didn't pick up a book. So I wrote this book. I wrote it in plain language. I wrote it as if I were having a conversation with a young person in my office. It was just really important for me to not. It was important for me to publish this, because it has to be out there. I went to a rally for Craig Beach in 2009, and our then President Barack Obama was one of the keynote speakers. And he was talking about the economic mess that he got. And he said, they left me in the kitchen with this great big mess and one mop. So I started cleaning, and they started telling me what to do. And I said, well, you can tell me what to do, or you're in here helping me clean it up. So I made a decision at that point that professionally, my goal is to help you clean it up. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, you should have done, well, why did you do this, that, and the third? No. Honey, I'm going to get in here with my broom and help you with this mess. Let's clean it up. So it's start to finish way. As soon as you think about college, as soon as you think about your job, which you want to do after you get out of high school, you need to be reading this book. You need to read this book because it breaks down to make the process palatable. So what should you take in high school? What kind of questions should you be asking your counselor? When you get past your counselor, when you get to the admissions officer, is there a way to ask questions at a college fair? Yes, there is. So a way to ask questions at a college fair. When you do your college application, how do you need to write your essay? And now that you have all of that together, what do you do with it? Do you want to be a nurse because you really enjoy helping people? Or you want to be a nurse because you want to stay fly? Or you want to do what everybody else in your family is doing? Do it for yourself. And this is what my suggestion is for you to get there.
Awesome. And I had the book for a minute and I've been going through it. Although, I don't have any folks going to college. Mine are coming out. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. But it's really awesome. And I look in the back here, you have a checklist of everything. It's just all here for you. And parents, definitely, especially if we have parents out there whose sons or daughters, daughters in this case, are going to college, and they're the first ones in the family, and you have not gone through this process yourself. I mean, this book just lays it all out. And like you said, it's just like you're having a conversation. It's just like you're having a one-on-one coaching session with the person who's reading the book. And so you definitely want to get that book. Lani, can you tell us? I know you have your Facebook page.
Yes.
LBG Guide,
the Little Black Girl's Guide.
The Little Black Girl's Guide.
The Little Black Girl's Guide to College and Career Admissions. My pen name is Dr. Starrah, Starrah.
Right.
And you can find it as available on Amazon. It is $10 for the digital copy, $25 for a hardback. I just sold my last print copy from ordering soon. The copy for me will be $20.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So her pen name is Dr. Starrah there. Her Facebook page is the Little Black Guide. Make sure you go to the page and like it. You can get in touch with her there. Send her a message, definitely, and get your hands on this book. Definitely for parents, teachers, anyone, organizations out there that work with young people, getting them ready to go to school. This is an excellent resource.
And the website has the worksheets, it has resources, there's a glossary, especially when you're writing essays, there's different ways to rate it. If you're looking for group opportunities to work the book, call me, let me know. Happy to help.
Okay. All right. Well, we are just about out of time.
Before we go, yes,
ma'am, go right ahead.
But before we go,
there's
some people online, I see you. To my stepping family, I love you. Thank you so much for joining in. A lot of my growth and confidence came from the way I was received and the way I feel in the dance floor. For those of you all who know what I'm talking about, Chicago South stepping, it is the business. And I'm miserable right now. So I saw you, Mother Hazel. I saw you, Mother Kathleen. Thank you so much to my best friends, Latoyers. Hello, and Tori. I see you, darling. Hello. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, stop.
Is there anybody else? Yes, I know. If you all don't know, Lani is the stepping queen. I mean, she is so good. And I have gone to a class or two, and I just cannot get it yet. There's power in the words "not yet," and that's for another Facebook Live. But there is power in those two words, "not yet." So again, thank you all so much for. Oh, you're getting all kinds of love and hugs and hearts. They're all proud of you. So again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This has been an awesome time with you, Lani, sharing and learning a little bit about your story. I know that once we get our Get Off the Fence event schedule, that you will go into a whole lot more detail. But ladies and gentlemen, I hope that that's right. I hope that from this Facebook Live, and we're also streaming live on YouTube, that you have gotten a sense of the heart of this woman. And she has gone through some things, and she will definitely share those in some more detail. But we are so proud of you. She has so many degrees, but none of those degrees really match who she is as a woman. So again, Lani, thank you so much for joining us. Everyone, thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned next week where we will have another live with Miss Keita Key. All right. You all have a wonderful take care, everyone, and have a wonderful evening.